Hi guys, a long time no see. I'm gonna try to make this a little quick because I actually already recorded this video. It was a 25 minutes video and my computer didn't save it, so I'm just gonna repeat everything I just said. So around a year ago, I made a video stating how I was applying to PA school in Canada, and I only applied to McMaster last year but was waitlisted for an interview and did not get off the waitlist, so that I would be taking a gap year to work toward making a strong application for PA school this year. And I just that. So fast forward, I'm going to talk a little bit about my gap year. So I feel like I did three main extracurricular, sorry. So after graduating from Carleton with my neuroscience degree, um, during my gap year, I worked full time as a medical assistant in a family clinic. I volunteered at the crisis line, and I did some volunteering, well, not volunteering, sorry, but some assistant coaching with a U15 volleyball team, and also worked at the restaurant part-time. So I did that for about a year, well, during my gap year basically. And then I also started applying to all PA school that I could apply to. So that meant I applied to Saskatchewan, I applied to McMaster again, I applied to Toronto, I applied to Manitoba, and I applied to Calgary. The only school in Canada that I could not apply to was Dalhousie because it is only for maritime maritime residents, and I'm not. But I do know there's a new program now, Western, which is opening right now for this cohort. So I don't know how fast their application is gonna go because we're already in June. But I don't really care about that, I'm not gonna lie. So I started applying, and a little bit of my process, I would say Saskatchewan was the first one. Saskatchewan was really early. I mean, I think by November you had to get everything out. And then after that, I did all the other school. They're all a little bit different. They all have their own way to do their stuff, so that was a little bit harder, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I also got my reference ready, which my reference were my thesis supervisor that I had in my last year, a doctor at the clinic I work at, and my clinic, and a restaurant manager. And then the process. So once I got all of that done, all the application done, I also started working towards my Casper. So Calgary and Manitoba both are schools that requires a Casper. I did my Casper, I studied a lot, and luckily I got a fourth quotile. I was really happy with my result. I did crash out after doing my Casper because I felt like I didn't do really good, but apparently they think I did good, so that was really good. It helps make your application stronger. And then after that, after doing the Casper, it was time for supplemental application. So Saskatchewan, Toronto, and McMaster do not ask for a Casper, but instead there is a supplemental application. So I kind of study for that, review my experience, review my talking speech. I do feel like having a YouTube and often talking to the camera did help make the whole process a lot easier because I was kind of used to this, so I wasn't really like feeling awkward. And yeah, after supplemental application was time to just wait for the email back. So the first one that I got back was actually Saskatchewan, which I was really surprised because it really likes in province, and I'm definitely out of province here in Quebec. So when I got that invitation, I was pretty happy. I mean, for me personally, Saskatchewan was my last hop, like my last choice. It was my number 5 choice, but I was just grateful. Like any school that wants me in, I will go. So I studied for that pretty intensively. I was like studying every other day, I think. I also studied with my med school friend. And when the MMI happened on March 7th, um, I felt like okay after it. It was my first MMI ever in my whole life, so I didn't know what to expect, and I saw what to expect, and I was like, okay, this is nothing crazy. Do I feel like I did good on this one? Not necessarily, but we live and we learn. And also a good trick that I have for MMI. My MMI, all of them except Manitoba, were on a Saturday, and I work on Saturday, so I didn't have time to crash out. When I had my MMI, I would basically have to go do the MMI and go straight to work. I didn't have time to crash out, so that really helped me out because I could have really crashed out. And then anyway, after Saskatchewan was done, I thought I was gonna have a break. Wrong. Calgary comes out. So then Calgary was my number 3 at that point. Um, So I was really wanted to get into Calgary, so I started studying. I also had a Discord group where all the people that applied to Calgary and got the MMI were all studying together, so I felt like that was really, really helpful. You get to learn a lot from yourself and other people during those MMI sessions, so we did that a lot. Then the Calgary MMI happened, and I got a car accident before, so I was low-key really crashing out about that. I was like crying every day about the car. And in that same week, I also got a waitlist for the interview with McMaster for the second time, by the way. And I knew that waitlist for an interview is not really good chance, like there not a lot of people are rejecting interviews, even if it's your last choice, like why would you reject it? So basically, I was just going through it, and then I did my Calgary MMI, and out of the 4 MMI I ever had, Calgary was definitely the one where I was like, ooh, what was that? So yeah, Calgary was definitely the one where I was like, oh, well, what was that supposed to be? But once again, I had work, so I didn't have the chance to crash out after the MMI. So I just had to move on. And also, I had to study for Toronto because Toronto was 2 weeks after, and Toronto was my second choice. So I was like, okay, I can't let this have an effect on me. I have to lock in. Like, all of my other choices are coming in. And MMI is like a one in a lifetime chance, especially at PA school in Canada. Like, you don't get those a lot. So I knew that I really had to lock in. So study for Toronto MMI, and Toronto MMI is the one where I felt the most good. But also, I was like, if I felt this good, a lot of people felt good, and a lot of people probably did good. So no matter what happened in the process, I've always am overthinking and not thinking I did that good. And I think this is an issue a lot of people, and I would like to say a lot of girls have. We just have this such high expectation for ourselves, and when we even when we do achieve them, like it's still like, oh, but I could have done, like, that was me the whole process of this application. But you just have to tug it out, like now it's done. So after Toronto, the last one was Manitoba, and Manitoba I wasn't convinced because it was in person, so I had to book flight, I had to get a hotel, but also it's like, why would I apply if I didn't plan to go to the MMI if I get interviewed? So I did just that. I booked the flight, I went, and that one definitely went well because it was my last one. Like, I have been studying since January, and we're now in May, and I've been through 3 other MMI, so I felt like I was really well prepared for like Manitoba. Like, I don't think there's anything more I could have done. And then after that, all that was left is 2 weeks of waiting. And I would say that the hardest day was probably Thursday of because all the decision comes out on Friday. And on the Thursday, I really felt really good. I don't know if I knew that it was gonna go well, but I wasn't stressed. I think I was just like so trauma absorbed. Like, I was just like, I just need this done. Like, I just need to know what's going on. Like, I think I was at that level where it's like, I'm not even stressed. Like, I just want to get this done with and enjoy my summer. So my goal was to wake up exactly at 12 p.m. and go straight to my job. But that didn't work because I went out the night before. I went out on Thursday, then I went to see Michael Jackson movie at 9:30, got home at 12. I started cleaning my room, putting music, showering, and I was in bed by 3. And yeah, at 3 I was in bed, and I was like, okay, like I hope like I can wake up like in 9 hour and all the decisions are already out. Like, I don't want to be waiting and scrolling on my email, right? So that was my plan. 7 a.m. I naturally wake up. 4 hours of sleep. I naturally wake up at 7 a.m. and the first message I see is Calgary decision is out. I was like, what are you talking about? So I opened my Calgary and I was admitted. I was like, I'm like, I'm like, whoa, like it's too early. Like, I'm like looking at it, I'm like, am I saying like the proper thing? And I'm going to my parents' room. I'm like, wait. I think I got into Calgary. And they're like, I'm showing them the computer, and they're like, oh my god, like congrats, like you got in. And I was like, oh, because like it was such a like fever dream in my head because I like kind of forgot what this whole thing was about. Like, I was just like, oh my god, like I like this is it. Like, I have a job. Like, oh, oh, oh. So yeah, Calgary comes out, and I was like, okay, but I wanted to wait for the official email because the only way that I knew I was admitted was through the portal that updated with like admission under conditional offers, which was like my official graduate whatever. But like I was like, wait, like low key, I feel like this is valid. And then the email started going out through the day. So I was at work. But Manitoba, I got an offer, which that one I was low key expecting because I felt like it went really good. Um, Calgary, I got my official congratulation email. And then the problem was at that point, because McMaster was off the grid, Toronto was my number one. And Toronto came out so late. And I was at work when Toronto came out. And everyone was like, oh, I just got my email. And I'm going into my email. That shit was empty. And I was like, oh, it low key hurts because I was like, okay, like I'm happy about Calgary. But like Toronto was my number one. And then I refresh and I see my email and I'm like, oh. So yeah, I finally got my email for Toronto. And then I kind of had a little crush out because at that point I was like, wait, but I don't know if I want to go to Toronto or Calgary anymore. Like now that I have multiple offer, like I have to make a decision. I wasn't expecting multiple offer, guys. I was just grateful if I even had a single offer. By the way, got waitlisted for Saskatchewan. Okay, it was my last choice. I was like, I saw that email. I was like, oh right, man, man. But yeah, I talked to my parents, and my parents both wanted me to go to Calgary. My mom just wants me out of the house. She's like, you need to be independent. You're 22. You gotta stop. And I'm like, Mom, I'm literally building everything to be independent and successful when I'm independent. Like, I don't, as much as I respect my parents, I don't want to go through the stress of like being 16, leaving my house with a kid. Like, not that's, this is not what my mom did, but like, this is the kind of story we have. And I'm like, this is unnecessary stress that I don't want to live. I want to build myself and then move out. And then my dad was like, Calgary because you get a master. So with Toronto, it is still a bachelor. It is moving towards a master, but as of right now, it's still a bachelor. You still get the same job because you're passing the same exam. So yeah, you still get the same job because you're passing the same exam at the end. You're all passing, I don't know what's the Canadian version of PENS, but you're passing this, and ultimately after that, you just work as a PA. No one's gonna ask if you have a master or a bachelor. Sorry, I just spat. But for my parents, it was like something personal to them. Like they want to say, "Oh, my daughter's doing a master." I'm like, "You just know your daughter is successful. If they ask questions, just tell them she's successful. Like, why is it always like my daughter's better than you? Like, no, my daughter's doing her own thing." But I was crashing out too, because I was like, Loki, I kind of want a master too. And then I was like, but Loki, also like, I would like to move out. But I feel like it was my parents playing with me. But ultimately, I officially I officially chose Toronto, so you guys will be seeing me going to Toronto. Um, a lot of the reason I chose Toronto, first, it's online, which I feel like I would do pretty well online because I'm really type A and I get to plan everything. I get to plan when time I listen to what class, how long I listen to what class. I just get a lot of control on my schedule, and I also get to work a lot more because I'm still living at home. I get to save a little bit more money before I move out. I get to travel a lot more because all of the money that I was saving to moving out can all get into other stuff. So now I get to travel. And also just University of Toronto is a really good university. No matter what faculty, it's just a good name to have on your CV. And not gonna lie, I was like scrolling on LinkedIn, and this really, really hot guy is going to University of Toronto. So I feel like that was like my last. That was like, okay, now I'm definitely going. Sorry, my parents are making so much noise. But yeah, so that is my little story about PA school, how I got accepted. I told you guys a year ago that I was gonna get accepted. Okay, let me not act egoistical because I was crashing out through the whole process. But I'm really proud of myself. I'm really happy. I was really stressed being in Quebec. I had no province preference for any school. So I am so grateful that I got an offer in 3 out of 5 Canadian school. And yeah, like this is about it. And you guys will be seeing me. I will be vlogging a lot. I will be vlogging the campus vlog. I will be vlogging my new room because I'm getting a new room since I'm gonna be here so often. With the money that I'm not gonna use for rent, I will be redoing my room. I will be traveling more because I'm on online. And I am able to record all of that for you guys, show you the day in the life. And if ever you're interested in PA school in Canada or you have any question, My DMs are open. I do have like a PA Insta account that I actually have to switch because not right now. It was pre-PA, and I can officially switch it to PA. Well, PA students, sorry. Let me lock in. But I am really excited to switch it to PA students at U of T. And yeah, like my DM is always open. Like I feel like I've asked PA students so many questions and they're always so responsive and so helpful. So I'm so happy to be able to do the same to the future PAs. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. This video is not 25 minutes because I'm trying to go to bed, but I'm going to be making a lot more now. So I can't wait for the journey. And yeah, also I will be going to Europe this summer. So wait on, the vlog will be coming out. Okay, ciao guys. I am so excited. This is going to be so much fun. And I will see you maybe in Europe, maybe in Toronto. Who knows? But I also have a video of me accepting my offer, but I haven't paid anything, so technically I don't think it's really accepted, but I will be doing all of that tomorrow during business working hour, and I will keep you guys updated.